Hi there, welcome to the Overtron Chatter 2. It is approximately almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. I'm here to recap for you The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 14. Crime, Birthday Blues, or Birthday Blues Crime, one of the two. So, anyway, listen, let's get started. We got Julia and Kiki, and they're on the boat upstairs. It's looking cute with that little outfit that Kiki got on, the little black bathing suit thing. I like it. So her and Julia up there, I guess it's called the poop deck or whatever, having drinks or sun deck. Lawson's they because they're still on this Miami cruise. Well, it's not a cruise. They just going up and down the coast. Well, it's a cruise. They are going up and down the coast, and they're on the boat. They're on Marcel's friend Sir Richard Baron or some shit. They got her own Virgin Records and Virgin Airplanes and whatever, whatever. So anyway, Larsa and Stephanie, they all the ladies are supposed to be going to aerobics. So we see Marcel is. She said she in charge of aerobics today. That she used to do aerobics back in the 80s. So anyway, everybody's all dressed up in this 80s gear to go do to teach aerobics to learn how to do aerobics. So I don't know. I don't know why Alexis got that thing on with her whole chest out for to do some type of aerobics. So they started talking about the things that they were doing in the 80s. And the only significant thing that I heard is that when Stephanie was 4 years old, her husband was in college. That's crazy. So the ladies discussed the tension that's in the group. So they do the aerobics and they have a good time. The ladies start talking about the tension in the group. And Larsa start going off like she says Lisa is a friend that's non-responsive, and Lexus says, "Hey Larsa, you need to stop both of y'all because I'm tired of being in between the two of y'all. Y'all keep going back and forth. Y'all just need to let that shit die and let's move on." So we're back upstairs on the boat outside with Kiki, and she telling Junior that her vagina need vitamin C. She always talks gross to me. So they finished with their aerobics now, so all the ladies go up there on the deck to meet with. I guess that's where they go to meet. As Kiki, all these ladies was there. I mean, they were at aerobics. They all go to the deck. They up there. You see Kiki. Excuse me. You got Stephanie, Kiki, and Julia down there on the boat, and they discuss why Adrian is not there. They discuss. Julia brings up what we're going to do for her birthday, so they want to do something for her, even though they know that Adriana don't want to make a big that deal out of it. So Lisa's ordering her a drink because she's nervous because Larsa's going to talk with her. So Larsa's coming up and she gets up there with her and they have a drink and they both say to each other that they nervous. So they was making jokes. They was like, if Larsa and Lisa gonna talk, is can Lisa swim? And somebody said Lisa don't gotta swim. She got enough flotation devices. She will float. And between her ass and her titties, she come on top of that water. So Lisa and Larsa, they hugged on the boat. They had their drinks, and they said they both nervous, but they want it over. They tired of hurting each other. They love each other. They love each other's kids. So Larsa brings up the shit anyway. When you said that I got the paparazzi to take pictures of Mr. Jordan, that really hurt me. It hurt me. So Lisa taking it all in, but Lisa said the man, the person that took the picture said you was the person that called. So they talk about how they've been arguing with each other all over the world. They in Milan, then they went to Miami, then they went to Spain, and now they're they back in Miami, and they still arguing. So Lisa said, let's just agree to disagree and move forward because there's lots of feelings there, and the reason why there's lots of feelings there because I guess it's a lot of love. So they say. So Lisa tell her, I don't want you to bother with Jody no more. I don't like that he in the middle of this and that me and y'all argue when we all hang out together. I don't like it. So Lisa said, okay, I'm cool with that. Larsa says, okay, I'm cool with that. Said we both are sad. So she said, so I said, shut the fuck up and just make up. So I said they say they love each other's kids. They sorry, and they're sorry for being mad at your boyfriend, and so they're all supposed to be good. So Marcel has rented out the spa. I think it's called the I forgot the name of the spa. I get it. The Redemption. I don't know. It's the name of it. It's a spa. I come up with it in a minute. So they find out that Lisa and Larsa finally really did make up. So when they all get together and they talk, they all say, Marysol says, I'm glad that we're all getting along. I'm proud of you ladies. Let's all have dinner tonight and let's all wear red. So they ask about Alexia and Stephanie, and Alexis says they'll talk by this. They can talk by themselves, and that Alexia can be hard on her. So Kiki said, "Listen, if y'all all get along well, I remove for every time y'all get along well, I remove a piece of clothes." And Marcel say she don't want to see Julia titties no more. And I mean Kiki titties, I don't want to see nothing to Kiki about her vagina, none of that. She's just always talking too. It's just too much. So Julia said, we're gonna do something for Julia for Ariana's birthday. So she said, let me ask this lady if we can get some male strippers. So Marisol and Alexa, they go to the redemption spot. That's what it's called. And Julia, and it's spectacular. It's got everything. They got the cold tub, the hot tub, the mud room, wax, the feet stuff. They got a bunch of shit. So Kiki running around jumping and everything like she ain't never been in the spa. She act like it's a what you call that? Obstacle course or some shit, but she just take her time. So everybody's surprised, but not surprised when they see Lost and Lisa walking to the spa. They're holding hands together. So we see Julia, Larsa getting a foot massage from Julia, and Julia says she that Larsa got famous feet. I guess because she on OnlyFans. So we got Adrian and Gerty, and they talking, and Gerty and her talk about the couples therapy and the individual counseling that she's going to start. Because Gerty said Russell says that she needs her own therapy, so she excited but nervous, but she's going to start the journey. So Alexis joined Stephanie in the mud room, and they discussed their hurts. And Stephanie was upset because she said Stephanie told Alexis, I was upset because I felt like you and Marcel were my safe place. She said, I know y'all think I'm bossy. She said, yeah, we do. And so Stephanie just kind of looked. She said, we thought that from what I was told, that I was rude, I had too many rules, and I was too bossy. So Alexis said, yeah, you are fucking bossy. And she said that she was going to go with you because she didn't want to argue with you. But Marcel was like, I ain't going. So Stephanie said, well, it seems like it ain't really you that got the problem with me, it's Marcel. So Marisol is nervous that she see them two that she can view. She can see Alexia and Stephanie. She can see them from the way she's sitting there inside the spa. She said they got her nervous. So Stephanie says that Alexia hurt her, you know, because she thought they was friends, and then they both started expressing. Stephanie was saying that how Alexia was treating her was how I felt like her sisters do her. Like, and then that's when she found out. Stephanie finds out that Alexia has a sister. She said, "You got a sister?" And she said, "Yeah, I have a sister. We haven't talked to each other in like 2 years." She said, "My mother, she called me when she found out that Todd was divorcing me, but I don't talk to my sister because I don't feel safe speaking with her. Every time I say something to her, I always feel like she's judging me." So Stephanie says I can resonate with you on that because it's the same way with us. So with me and my sisters, so they both, so Lexia cry and Stephanie hugs her, and she really is crying. She gives her a hug, and she said we're very similar, and Lexia said yeah, we really are. So Stephanie said I will work on my delivery of how I speak to you, and Alexia was like me too. She was real sincere too. She said so will I. And then Stephanie said we could be sisters to each other since our sisters, ain't fucking with us. We fuck with each other. So they was like, cool. So anyway, it's time to get dressed. Everybody got them ready to look all right. It's fine. So Lisa's the first in the red. She said she's to her time now. It would take white women an hour to do your hair. Not that she was doing the updo. Her hair is down. She said take an hour to do her hair. Take about 30 minutes to get dressed. About 30 minutes to do her makeup. She take 20 minutes to get put her jewelry and all that type of shit on. So she said so that's how she get ready. So she liked down that when she go out with the ladies that she's first. And she said it's cool being first. You get to sit where you want to sit at. And, all that type of shit. So they were saying, yeah, when you get here, you get your choice. You get better choices. By the time you get your ass here, you just got what's been picked over and what's left. So when everybody's sitting down and Gertie come in, what the fuck did Gertie got on? She look like a reindeer. Larsa said she did. She must have made the memo wrong because she looked like she's going to a swingers party, and she does. So I think it's Kiki. They all sit down at the table now, and they ask. Everybody look nice, by the way. And they ask. Kiki asked when the last time any of them had sex. So Kiki. So Alexia said it was like a couple days ago, and that's when Lisa said, "Oh, it was a booty call." And Alexia said, "No, that was rude. That was not no booty call. It's not a booty call when it's your husband. Whatever, nigga." So she says, whatever, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or nothing like that. So Stephanie house, how come she could say, Alexis get to say shit, but when Mighty Mouse said I'm an asshole, so that's the name that I think Marysol gave to Stephanie, that she's Mighty Mouse. So anyway, again, Marysol happy everybody got along on the trip. So we find out from Stephanie that Marysol has two faces. Whichever which way you facing is the one you get. So I don't know. I don't think that's gonna go well. So if they sitting there having dinner and somebody brings out Adriana cake and it's got a mic on it and 32 times 2 equals 59. And Gertie says, "Who the fuck put that on the cake? They didn't get the memo that she don't like celebrating her birthday, and then all things put on the birthday, you can put the birthday years on it." So, you see the men. They found some men. They got waiters and bartenders to come out to bring them drinks, like for a celebration. So Adriana don't like the cake. She go to pick the mic up because there's a mic on the cake. I thought it was a ice cream cone. It was a mic. And she said that she ain't going to spread it because she appreciate all that they did for her in celebrating her birthday, even though it's not something that she really is down with. She glad that they was down for her to do it for her. So after that, all let's go to the Scarlet party, and they're having a really really good time. They're dancing and drinking and whatever. So next thing we know, we see Julia talking to one of her sons. I think it's Jace Jackson. And she has to telling him to bring her a diaper to put on the go. We got Lisa's son is getting a haircut. I think his name is Logan. And the little girl picking up his hair, and she's like, leave that alone, that's dirty. So next thing you know, we see Kiki in the car with her daughter Summer, and Kiki trying to call her son. I don't know why, but the little girl said he can't answer the phone because he's busy kissing somebody, but we don't see him kissing nobody. So Julia talks to Russell. He's dropping her off at her therapy session, and she says she's nervous to go in, but she's gonna go ahead and get it done with. And then I look at Gertie again. I was like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" She wearing some futuristic shit from Star Trek. What is she wearing? It don't look bad, but she just going to then with the shoes that she wore. I mean, it was cool, but so anyway, she's sitting there with the lady and she starts discussing her trauma, and we find out her earliest trauma is some shit I could not do to my kids. I ain't saying nothing bad about her, nobody parents that have done this or have done it because I'm imagining if you did it, it was the best thing for your kids. She says the earliest she can remember, her and her brother were moved and went live with some strangers for like 3 months. And she said she felt like she was in prison. She hardly ever went outside. She didn't know anybody. She didn't know the language. She didn't wear the clothes. She said, and then when she did start school, her name is Alishaba. And she said people bullied her name, so she moved her middle name to her first name and made it Gerty. She said, and people was talking about her clothes and talking about what her name like that and this and that. She just totally got bullied in school. So you can see she started crying. So then she tells us that this incident, the lady asked her when did she experience this incident again. And she said when Julia threw that shit on her, that water, she would have fucked. She should have fucked Julia ass up. Fuck that. You go high, you go high, I go higher. You go high, no, you go low on me, I'm getting your ass. So she's scared of, she said she's scared of the stuff that she hold, but she got a lot of resentment. She said she thinks it's for her parents. She said, because she look at her own son who was 11, and I think this happened to her when she was 9. She said, how the fuck do you take your kids to somewhere they ain't never been, don't know nothing, you just lead them? So my heart bled for her because it was it's been some times, but I never thought to get rid of my kid. Actually, keeping my kids with me, even doing my military career or work or whatever, having my kids with me gave me like a sense of stability, like something that I had to stay working on because I had to take care of them. So next thing we know, we see Marysol and her raggedy ass husband. They invited Alexia and Frankie over to dinner. And Frankie tells Marcel, slow down on the drinking. And she said, I ain't really had nothing to drink. That motherfucker knows she an alcoholic. So Alexia tells, no, they asked how Peter doing. And she said, Peter's okay. You know, he don't say nothing. He keep his pain to himself. And Marisol said, that ain't always good either. She said, I know, but, that's how he is. So Alexia said, sooner or later, me and you be able to double date again. And Marcel like, double date? So we find out that, well, I find out because I didn't know that they didn't like Todd. They don't like the way he talked to Alexia, and they don't like the way they treat her. I don't like that shit he doing either. She crazy. He must have money or something because I heard that shit is worse now, but I wouldn't fuck with nobody who did that shit. Like you been plotting and planning, looking at me in my face, moving your shit. Every time I leave the house, you take a fork, you take a plate and a spoon, you take one of your coats. You just steady moving out my house, and I don't know that shit. So that's fucking deceitful. So while they sitting there talking about Tar, guess what? He texts, but they don't want to fuck with him. So we got, what's her name? Stephanie is at Shoma talking to her workers about her ho- hosting this party, this holiday party for her and her friends. So she says Adriana's stopping by because she wants to have Adriana perform. I'm like, listen, bitch, I want to perform and stuff, but I want to be at the party. I don't want to be doing that. But I guess Adriana going to do it because she want her career. She is almost 60, I think, and she want her career to be pristine. So she better go ahead and get her ass up there on that stage. So anyway, Adriana show up, and the little place that the Shoma place bazaar is kind of nice, and uh so Adrian gonna do her concert. She using that famous producers band with it's got ten members to it, so that's a lot of goddamn band members. So she says she ready to perform with her full band. So right now she's outside of getting ready for this party. Adriana is curating an art show that she's so excited about, featuring this artist. And while Ariana is talking about her music and talking about art, Stephanie is noticing that it's bringing joy to her face. And she tells Adrian, hey, I've not seen you like this exciting in a few days, not even on the trips. So it's good to see this light in your face. And she said, yeah, this is that makes her happy. So anyway, she started telling her. So that's when Adriana said, "Listen, it's nothing." She said, "I just go through stages where I have a lot of empathy for people. So when I'm around a whole bunch of arguing and shit, and I got this thing going on with my birthday," she said, "I started taking that on inside. You start affecting me. When people hurt, it hurts me too, and it really bothered me in this group of friends." So she said, she becomes overwhelmed. So that's why she kind of was sitting back a little bit. So that's when Stephanie feels like, let me tell her about Marisol. She said, "I think there's a problem." She said, "Because I went out with you, hanging out with you, and Marisol didn't like that. I don't know how fuck I have a hard time saying her name. Call her ass Mary." She said, "Mary got a problem with us hanging out." She said she got a problem with us hanging out. So she said, Alexia. So that's when Adriana said, "Yeah, Mary don't like no confrontation, so anything that she need to be said, she get her mouthpiece to say it, which is Alexia. Because Alexia tell you, I ain't got no problem with the fucking confrontation. I'm gonna just tell you my truth, her truth, or whatever the truth's supposed to be." So then they start showing incidents of where shit was said by Mary, and here come Alexa coming up there to do the wipeout. Yeah, this, yeah, they just showing incidents. So Adrian tells us that because Mary has had a PR company for so long, she really know how to talk to people to influence people. So it ends with Stephanie having a conversation with Adriana telling her, "You can come for me, but when you do, you better come for me with a bullseye, because when it's my turn, I don't miss." So I don't know. Stephanie think Mary Marysol is her enemy. That is her that's causing her a little bit, couple problems. I'm kind of really sick of Kiki or her and Gerty. Have unfollowed each other and shit. We know that now that Lisa and Larsa are okay, but it ain't really okay because neither one of them wanted to say they was wrong. So I think if you can't say that you was wrong in some shit, the same problem that you had before is gonna come right back around and smack your ass in the face. Um, how I feel about Stephanie, I go back and forth. She brag about her money and what she like and what she do, but I don't really think she that tough. I think she real sensitive, and that's why she be jumping on people and shit. I think she thinks she a boss, but I think she just walked into bossism because of who her husband is. I don't. I like Alexia. I don't really like Alexia, but I like her even worse when she with Todd. She's fucking man stupid. That's my take on her. And I think that I think it's probably best that Marcel and Alexa don't talk about Todd because Alexia going with her man, but from what's being off the screen and out in the streets is that he ain't fucking with her. Yeah, he had sex with her, but he ain't trying to get with her. He done bought a bigger house, or apartment, or whatever. I don't know. He just did some bullshit. He said she loved the show. She said if he wanted her to quit the show, she'd quit it. I don't give a damn. What I said I went over Stephanie. I like Adriana. I think Adriana is smart. I think she pretty. I think she funny. I don't think she meant no harm by saying ratchet or ratchet, but sometimes Kiki do act ratchet. She's talking about her pussy need vitamin C, and she gonna order her a Harvey Wall banker, and she just be doing too much. She just be doing too much. I don't like Larsa either. I think she got a big fucking, what you call that? With that Botox face. She almost look like the fucking Joker to me. And I don't know. She needs to stop getting fillers and shit. She look crazy. Let me see who else. Y'all know I don't like Julia, and I don't like Julia's husband. And Julia, I think she got them keys so she can stay on the show or have a storyline, which is very stupid. I think that the evil ass wife like them kids though, cause look at her life. She needs some children. Martinez, she needs some children in her life. She look just like she needs some kids, somebody to bring her some fucking joy. So I guess that's all the ladies that I covered. So listen, you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me. And I don't really know where Miami is going. When I think about this episode, probably about a six, seven. It was okay. I like it when they not arguing, but Kiki just kind of got on my nerves a little bit. Adriana, she was kind of quiet this whole thing. I'm sick of Lisa and Larsa with their shit. I'm glad it's over with. And I was sick of Stephanie and Alexa with their shit. Now I got to deal with Stephanie and Marysol. So we'll see. You could have been anywhere for 25 minutes and 40 seconds, but you stayed your butt here with me, and I love you for it. I'll be back in a little bit with a couple of OB movie reviews. I watched Weapon and I watched The Home last night. So I want to give my commentaries on them. They ain't no shit I would be busting down the movie theater or streaming to try to see. Wasn't that good, but I'm gonna do my review. Anyway, have a great day and I'll be back with you in a minute. Bye.